Today, I want to give you a proper full tutorial on the Elytra. Where and how do you get it? Cover the basics of flying, rockets, and even tridents, and even show you some interesting tricks such as how to fly out of water on Bedrock Edition, optimal flight to use as few rockets as possible, landing easily, and much more. Before we do though, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know, do you use the Elytra in your world? So first, how do you get the Elytra? And the answer to that question is you need to get yourself to the end. And how do you get yourself to the end? Well, you're gonna need to find some of these guys, Endermen, kill them to get the Ender Pearls, kill yourself some of these guys and Nether Fortresses to blaze to get their blaze rods and turn into blaze powder. And then take those Ender Pearls and Blaze Rods, and you'll need at least 12 of them, but get yourself about 14 to 16 of them and craft yourself an Eye of Ender. Next, go outside, give it a toss, see what direction it goes in, and you got to keep following this thing until you get to, oh, it disappeared, until you get to a village. Every few hundred blocks, go ahead and give another one a toss just to make sure you're still going in the right direction. And when it drops down, make sure you pick it up because you will need these to make sure that you can open the portal once you get there. And eventually, most of the time, not 100% of the time, it's going to take you to a village, and that village is likely going to be where you want to go. Usually speaking, you'll dig directly under the well to get your way down to the stronghold. Once you get down here, you'll find the stronghold. You have to do a little bit of searching around to find the end portal room. Once you get here, you'll find an end portal that will have some number, if any, of the Eyes of Ender already in it. Take the ones you have left over, fill it in just like so, and you will be off to the end. From here, you will have the Ender Dragon that you will need or want to kill. Although you don't have to kill the Ender Dragon, you can take blocks and pillar way out to the outer end islands. If I turn my render distance up, you can kind of see here, those end islands are about 1,000 blocks away. So you can either kill the Ender Dragon, open up an end gateway, which we have a couple here in my world already opened up, toss an Ender Pearl inside, and it'll teleport you all the way out there all on its own. Or you can take a bunch of blocks and you can bridge your way all the way out there, which is not quite as fun. Once you do get out here, find an end city that has the floating boat, go down inside of that boat, kill the shulker in front of the Elytra here, and grab yourself your Elytra. That is your prize. And if you're looking for a better guide on how to do all of this, make sure you go check out earlier episodes of the Bedrock guide, because I do show you how to do it. Now, once you have that Elytra for the first time, if you brought rockets, then hopefully you're good to go. If not, you can glide with the Elytra by just jumping off a ledge and pressing the jump button after you're already in the air. You can see I can fall even quite a ways. If I hit that jump button, it does activate my Elytra and I can somewhat freely fly around. Although if you have rockets to propel yourself, that will help out quite a bit. And we're gonna go over those here in just a moment. Now again, once you have your Elytra, you are free to start doing some flying. But if you've never done it before, you might want to start with just gliding. Gliding can help you get used to just kind of how this thing works and make sure you don't smash it to the ground. Because when you jump off of a high place, your Elytra is going to glide, but if you look down, you're going to take fall damage when you hit. And the higher up you are, the more that fall damage hurts. The trick to gliding is to keep a kind of smooth motion. You can either keep it flat, but if you go down a little bit and pull up some, you can usually gain a little bit of speed while also getting a little bit of distance. We're going to perfect this a little bit later, but this is a good way to get around your world. Now, to fly properly, you're going to want these guys, rockets. How do you get them? Well, you're going to want yourself some sugarcane. I suggest making a sugarcane farm, either a manual one like this, where it's very densely packed and you can get a lot of sugarcane in a short period of time. And you probably want some type of a mob farm. This is my crazy quad general mob farm. You could go with something pretty wild like this, or honestly, I have a tutorial also on a single like layer level one that'll work just fine. But a mob farm will kill the mobs for you and get you a bunch of gunpowder, which you get from killing creepers, or you can even get gunpowder from killing ghasts. Next, take that gunpowder and take your sugarcane, change the sugarcane into paper, and you will see that you can make flight duration 1 rockets, which is 1 paper and 1 gunpowder equals 1 rocket. But wait, there is more. If you do 1 paper and 2 gunpowder, that will give you flight duration 2 rockets. They simply just last longer in terms of how fast they propel you. I will show you here in just a moment. And if you use 1 paper and 3 gunpowder, you will get flight duration 3 rockets. And if you use 1 paper and 4, you don't get anything. It's just 1 and 1, 1 and 2, or 1 and 3 will get you the different levels. Even though only flight duration 1 rockets are listed in the crafting table. So kind of a secret crafting recipe if you don't know it. And just how do these rockets look different in practice when you're using them? Let me go ahead and turn off creative mode here. We're in a copy of the world, by the way, those wondering. You see it right up here, copy of Bedrock guide. Flight duration 1 rockets. The difference in between these is simply going to be how long a boost. My boost stopped like right there, right? That was the flight duration 1. Here's the flight duration 2. You can see the boost carried me a decent amount further. I got closer to the cloud there. And finally, flight duration 3. See there, they have different levels of boost to them. Most people just stick with flight duration 1, flight duration 2 or 3 if you're trying to reach something that's not incredibly far away. It can feel kind of wasteful, so I recommend going with flight duration 1 rockets. Now you may have noticed I was taking off from the ground. Well, first of all, if you're not good at that, you can just simply jump off the ledge of something like here, activate your Elytra, and then go ahead and click your rocket to use it. That's going to be the easy way while you're learning how to use them, but you can very easily take off the ground. All you got to do is do a double jump. It's a little bit easier on PC and console. It's not super easy on mobile, but those of you that are good mobile players probably do it just fine, I'm sure. But as you can see here, I'm just going to jump again and press the rocket button, and I take off right away. With a little bit of practice, you could do this with a 100% success rate. It's not that difficult. Now, let's say you don't have easy access to rockets. You don't want to make a farm, or you're not a farm maker. You still want to be able to take off. Well, get yourself a riptide trident, and when you get yourself in water, you hold down that button. When you throw your trident, it will also throw you. And as soon as it throws you, press that jump button to activate your Elytra, and you will be able to glide short distances pretty easy. Maybe even do a little bit of puddle jumping where I know I need to get there. I can't make it there from where I am right now, so I'll just drop into the water, activate again, and we could just, like I said, puddle jump essentially from one area to the other all across our worlds. A little bit slower and more inconvenient than rockets are, but if you don't have or want to use rockets, it's not a bad thing at all. Also, I have a super fun trick with this I'm going to show you towards the end, so make sure you stick around. It's my favorite thing to do. Now, obviously this trident makes it super easy to take off in water because that's the whole point of it working. But what if you don't have a trident, which a lot of people don't? What if you only have rockets? Can you get out of the water? Let's say you find yourself way out here somewhere and there's no land incredibly close by. Can you get out of the water? Well, yeah, you can, but it's not really easy. If you like set yourself to sprint or swim fast in the water and then hold down the space button to kind of jump, go ahead and like tap it really fast, like at the top of the water, angle up at about a 45-degree angle. And you see my rocket's trying to go off. I'm not quite getting it, but if I keep trying here, I should be able to get out of the water. Oh, there we go. I finally got it. It takes a little while. It's not perfect. You might make it to land before you actually take off, but it is possible to do. Or you could even do something incredibly fun and help launch yourself by making yourself a TNT player launcher here. We're just going to stand on this fence post right here, press this button. All of this is going to ignite, and then boom, here we go. Up in the air. Now we can fly, and it does not hurt you because the TNT is in water. So nice little trick for you guys to use. Now to get into some more advanced tips. First of all, when you're taking off, you don't want to take off at a straight angle because you're just going straight. You're not getting any height. And when you're not getting height, you can't really make it very far. At the same time though, it is actually not efficient to just like go straight up in the air, get as high as you can, and then fly out because you're also not going to get far that way as well. You're using all of your momentum to go up. About a 45-degree angle is the best way to go. So point yourself up at about 45 degrees, launch yourself, and this is how you're going to get as far as possible with one single rocket, saving yourself a lot of resources from not having to make more. Now, while you're flying, if you want to go fast, look downwards. After you get some speed together, then you can go ahead and kind of flatten out and you'll have some speed to go faster if fast is what you want. If you want to slow down before reaching a destination, you can simply just kind of look up, and that'll kind of glide you up and slow you down a bit. But now that we got you flying, we should probably teach you how to land, because how you don't want to land is how we showed earlier, where you just kind of look down at your landing spot and then splat on the ground. No, that's not going to do you any good. What you're going to want to do is come in with a pretty flat approach. Now, you can come into the ground kind of quickly, right? Like I can come in kind of quickly, but as I get close, I want to flatten out. And if I flatten out, then I can land anywhere along that path like it just was right there, and I'm not going to take any damage from falling. Now, what you can do though is take damage from splatting against the wall. So don't do that. Another good way to slow down too is to like look the opposite direction where you're flying. So I'm flying fast this way. If I were to land on the roof right there, I just got to simply turn around. It stops my momentum, and I can continue to do that to fall on a single spot. That method, the looking back and forth, is going to be the best way to land, and it's what I do most of the time. I come in hot like this, I get to where I want, I turn around, and then I try to land where I meant to land up there. You know, sometimes I'm not perfect at this either. Now, if you want to fly really far distances, once you get yourself a little bit of height, I call this the wave pattern. So what you want to do is look down for just a second or two, get yourself a little bit of speed, and then slowly move your mouse back up. You're kind of making this wave motion in the air. And if you repeat this over and over, a single rocket can actually take you a really long ways. Let's see if I can reach those islands back there. As you can see, not only did I make it to those islands, I actually made it way past those islands. This method is like amazing for saving rockets. Again, do the little wave, face down for a little bit until you hear that you've got some speed, slowly angle up to that 45-degree angle, and once you stop, go ahead and look back down at about 45 degrees, wait till you pick up that speed, slowly look back up to 45 degrees, and repeat this until you get to your destination, or you need to use another rocket. Another cool trick that a lot of people don't know, and this is a Bedrock Edition exclusive, you can actually stop your Elytra at any point by just hitting the space button or the jump button to deactivate the Elytra. I use this quite a bit. If I were to land somewhere and I'm kind of going kind of fast, I can hit the button. Oh, wow, we deactivated it right there perfectly. That's great. But it's just really good for being able to land somewhere. You can actually reactivate and deactivate as much as you want. So I'm deactivated now. I can hit it again to activate again, and I can hit it again to just plop myself down and land. Now, last but not least, I'm going to show you my favorite thing about Elytra flying, and it involves the trident. This is your top trick, guys. The trident, it works in the rain, so you don't have to be in water. And what does that mean? Well, when I throw it and I activate my Elytra, I can continue to use it, and you can reach incredibly fast speeds. This is literally the fastest travel in Minecraft. Now, does not work in the snow, so I'm over a snowy biome right now. This is not good for me, but let's see if I can keep it going and get out of the snowy area. Here we go. I'm moving so fast, my computer, which is pretty beefy, can't even keep up with the terrain generation. You just have to watch out to not smack into the side of a mountain, so you might want to keep yourself, you know, maybe about cloud level, maybe even a little bit higher if you know you have mountains close by. But as you can see, like, we're moving thousands of blocks in literally no time. So best way to travel in Minecraft is Elytra and using a trident. Yes, this is awesome, and it actually looks really cool too. Oh man, this is almost dizzying. And for context, like, look at the land now that I have some of it loaded. If this isn't one of the funnest things to do in Minecraft, I don't know what is. And there you have it. There is your Elytra flying crash course. If you enjoyed this, let me know down below. What tips or tricks did you learn that you didn't know before? Or did I forget any? If you have any Elytra flying tips, let me know down below as well in the comments section. If you didn't click that like button already, well, you didn't listen to me in the beginning of the video, so you should listen now. Click that like button, hit the subscribe button as well while you're at it. Consider becoming a channel member or dropping a super thanks on this video to help support future productions on the channel. I thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.